Welcome back. I'm Krista Lettko with evox Television. We're here at Green Fest in San Francisco. Beautiful day today. I'm here with Tina Hodge. She's a wildlife rehabilitationist and herbalist here in California, and we're going to talk about Eagle Peak Herbs and an Eagle Peak Wildlife Care Center here. So thank you so much for being here. I don't know as much as I should about the whole process, about herbal medicines. I'm super interested in finding out more. So I'd love to know your story, how the whole Eagle tie-in works, and what you're doing here at Green Fest.
Well, I'll start with the Eagle tie-in. For almost 40 years now, my husband and I have been doing wildlife rehabilitation, and
Wow.
we live in a very remote area of California in Modoc County,
Okay.
and at a high elevation, and our nearest town is Eagleville, and 59 people, and we're way out of town.
Wow.
Yeah, so our animals and birds are most of our neighbors. We have no human neighbors. And because we're the one the U.S. Fish and Wildlife and Fish and Game call, Forest Service, BLM, and private people when they find injured wildlife, we take animals out of a huge area because we're so remote. Most rehab places just have a small area. But there's an advantage too, because when we release injured wildlife back into the wilds, we can sometimes see them again.
You get to see them again. How cool is that?
Yeah, like this bird, we released in 2003 after we had her 10 months. And she got a relationship going with the wild male golden eagle that lives in our territory through the aviary when we had her.
How cool.
And we didn't know that at first. But so when we set her free, he came screaming in, right over our heads, right to her, and the two of them flew off together.
Wow.
They've fledged 11 babies now.
Wow.
It's pretty exciting to have one bird do that. But they nest in our territory, so we see them all the time.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So when did the herbal medicine start? How did that start?
Well, that started when I was probably a teenager. I was interested in it.
Okay.
And I was making medicine for my own family because we live in the wilderness, away from medical care.
Right.
And
so you've always lived kind of off the grid.
Yes, we're definitely off the grid. So we used to raise llamas.
Wow.
For a living. And when the llama market came down, we thought, well, maybe we should do the herbs. It's a way to make a living off our own land.
Okay.
And we have really clean land. It's private land within a federal wilderness area. So it's never been grown on, no chemicals or anything. And it's a beautiful place to raise herbs. So
Wow.
we expanded from our family herbs to commercial production. And we rent a house down in the valley below us for all of the production because we have too much animal hair and dander around. We don't want that in the herbs.
Right.
And so the sale of the herbs supports the wildlife care. And we have a herd of llamas that produces fertilizer for the herbs. So it's a very nice circle.
That's incredible. So tell me a little bit more about the herbal medicine, what kinds that you have, and maybe some of, I know I was reading your pamphlet and it seems to be something for everyone, including pets.
Yes,
which I'm really interested in. I have 2 dogs, and maybe start with that, as opposed to going to regular veterinarian clinics and getting antibiotics and stuff like that, which I myself have been on the fence about. I have some people saying herbal medicine, some people saying antibiotics, and I'd love to really understand a little bit more.
It depends on the situation. Sometimes antibiotics are more appropriate. Mm-hmm. And with wildlife coming in, sometimes they've been down so long that they have just advanced infections, and you don't have time for herbs to take effect. And I always prefer to use herbal medicine, but there's times when Western medicine could save a life, and there's no reason to be stubborn.
Right.
Holistic medicine is choosing the best medicine for the situation.
So for pets, what kind of ailments do you normally treat with the herbal medicines?
Anything from arthritis
Okay.
To immune problems,
Oh, wow.
sometimes cellular problems, deep issues, liver cleansing. We sell our
cool.
herbs to veterinarians, and their favorite seems to be
Oh,
our
great. So
liver
you work
formula.
with vets
Oh,
locally?
Yes. Oh, yes, locally and around the country.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if people wanted to learn more about the different medicines you have and a little bit more about you, where can we find more information? How can we support?
Thanks. EaglePeakHerbals.com is
EaglePeakHerbals.com.
that's for our herbs, and then there's EaglePeakWildlife.com that
Okay.
talks about our wildlife rehab.
Wow, that's great. And you have a few samples with you. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you brought?
Yes, this one is called Omnimune. It's
Okay.
one of our top-selling immune formulas, and it has amazing immune-enhancing and antibacterial, antifungal herbs within
Wow.
it. So it's pretty broad spectrum.
Yeah.
We sell a heck of a lot of that. And then this is our animal product that's most popular called Paravac,
Okay.
and it's a deworming medicine, and it
Oh,
was
wow.
actually tested at Ohio State Veterinary School to see which parasites it was more effective for.
That's incredible.
So it's got a good background testing on it. And
Great.
we sell a lot of it in large bottles for herds of animals, so
Oh, wow.
it's really nice.
That's really great. This is all so new to me. I love learning about it. Is there anything else you can share or would like to share about your story or where you are, where you hope to be?
I'm right where I hope to be.
That's great. That's a great answer. I
Yeah.
love that answer. Congratulations.
Thanks. I know it's a rarity.
Yeah.
I have a very interesting life. It's way too busy at times, but it's very interesting and fulfilling. And we don't get paid for the wildlife work, so the sale of the herbs has to take that up. And we've recently become a nonprofit, so now we can take larger donations. We're building a eagle flight conditioning cage right now.
Wow.
To federal specs, which means 120 feet long, 20 feet tall, and 20 feet wide. It's huge.
That's incredible.
And we have $6,000 into it, and it's about a third done. So we're trying to raise money to finish that.
And we can help you with that on the website?
I believe so.
Okay.
If not, somebody could call or email.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much. And how's it been going here at Greenfest so far?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
a great reaction. I
Haven't
bet.
sat down at all. It's really fun talking to people.
That's so fun. Well, I hope we can see you again next year and follow up with you. And congratulations on the success so far. And thank you for what you do.
Well, thanks for the interview.
Absolutely, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in with us live here at Greenfest. Stay tuned. We'll be talking to Greg Chang. He is the CEO of Solar Greens, and we'll have a really great, fun setup to take a look at. So don't go anywhere.